Hi, I'm Ruby Malshe and I love stories because I believe that stories have great powers to communicate thoughts. The story I'm going to tell you today is called The Old Buttons. Once upon a time, when Rajveer was about 11 years old, he had taken quite ill due to high fever. Lying in bed all day was definitely boring for this young, energetic boy. From the window near his bed, he could see his friends play and enjoy after coming home from school in the evenings. How he longed to be with them, but his mother wouldn't allow him. A few more days and you will get back all your strength to play as much as you want with your friends. But to keep the child entertained, his mother took out a box of old buttons. Rajveer, look, I have a box of buttons from your old shirts. I have kept them safely as memories. Do you remember any of those shirts? Can you guess from these buttons? Rummaging through the buttons got quite entertaining for the 11-year-old. He even began to think of games he could play with those colorful, round little things. Oh, Mom, look at these blue buttons. Do you remember my blue and black shirt? I loved it so much that I used to cry to wear it every day. His mother smiled and said, how could I ever forget that shirt? I would have to wash it in the evenings so that you would dry it and get to wear it the next day. If it hadn't dried, you would sit to cry. Rajveer smiled shyly at the funny little kid that he had been. Imagine getting stuck on favorite shirts. Looking at the blue buttons intently, he suddenly asked, Mom, can you stitch that button on a new shirt for me? I mean, all these blue buttons. A new shirt with an old memory would feel so comfortable. His mother promised that she would do so for him after a few days when he would be out of bed and back to school and playing with his friends. Rajveer felt happy, and that state of happiness and longing for the new shirt with the old buttons perhaps helped speed up his recovery in hope of wearing his most desired shirt buttons again. I wonder what the story would have made you think. Let me share with you what thoughts it brought to my mind though. The buttons made me think of God's promises, which we as humans have packed away in neglect since long. His promises have become like those old buttons which once kept us buttoned up in faith. However, in times of trouble, if we were to open up that box of buttons, it would give us that old strength to fight new troubles. The promise that comes most to my mind at this moment is from Jeremiah 29:11. It says, for I know the plans I have for you, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Would you too like to pull out some such promise-giving old buttons and fit them on your tongue to help you tighten up your belief? Please do share as comments the promises that may have helped you to hold tight in spite of moments of anguish. When the world around you was pulling hard at your convictions and trying to disrobe you in fear, such buttons must have helped fasten your faith, I'm sure. Thank you.